My name is Eddie Smith. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I am a concept artist, illustrator, and visual developer. About 26 years, almost 27 years, and time has flown by. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. Well, my area of specialty when I got in the industry was environments. So I was really attracted to environments, first off, because it was what I was the best at the time. I drew everything from environments to characters to vehicles, props, weapons. I enjoyed the whole gamut. It's just environments was where I felt the strongest in competitively when it came to trying to get a job in the industry. So that's where my focus was. Then, and all the way up to today, I'd say I'm pretty balanced, but if I still had to pick a specialty, it would be environment still. A cross between environments and vehicles, and some environments being vehicles, such as an aircraft carrier or a large spaceship or something of that nature, where it's moving, it's a vehicle, but it's also an environment. I'm definitely a night owl. I like to stay up late because I like to draw a lot, and my creative energy carries me through to where it's difficult to sleep early. When I work, I don't work in silence. I like movies, love movies. I do listen to music sometimes, or YouTube podcasts. Depends on my mood. Noise doesn't bother me when I'm working. Now, writing is a different story because that doesn't come as natural to me. So I like it really quiet. Or if I do listen to music while I'm writing, it's classical or something that's very, very chill, vibe oriented. I use digital about 80-20 versus analog. Digital, when I got in the industry, I was 100% traditional at first. I did most of my, like almost all of my concept art with pen and marker. And that's where I started. And eventually in early 2000, I branched off, once the tablet came out, or it became widespread, I started using it more and more. So over the years, I became purely digital, and then started reverting back to traditional a little bit. I've been interested in taking some of my old digital work and recreating it in traditional medium. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. When I was a kid, my favorite movie was Aliens, and my favorite movie now is Aliens. I am heavily inspired by movies, not just sci-fi fantasy films, but all kinds of films, because the storytelling aspect of movies, and even some good games that have good storytelling elements, they inspire me visually. The world around me definitely does. I love buildings. So the time I spent when I lived in Chicago was a great experience for me, because that's one of the best cities when it comes to architecture that you'll ever visit and live in. I believe the best tip for staying inspired is to make your theme, what you're trying to say, important, and why you're trying to say it even more important. I think if you always keep in mind what you're trying to say and why you're trying to say it, I think you'll not only get inspired, but you'll stay inspired. Oh, that's easy. Barbecue. I love barbecue. Sid Mead is definitely my biggest influence. I've had other, artist influences throughout my life, but I'd say he's the biggest influence I've had and still have to this day. You can see a lot of his influence in my work, especially my early work on Halo 2. So I would most definitely say Sid Mead. My spirit animal is a tiger. I like my solitude. So do tigers. I believe the most important thing every artist should know, it's universally, I think it is that every artist should be driven by the viewer or audience experience as much as they are by their own, experience of creating the art. It's important that not only I enjoy what I'm doing, but you enjoy it too, or at least experience it in the way that it was meant to be experienced. For me, it's influenced by the point I'm trying to convey. And I want the viewer to experience it in a way that is clear to them. They understand it and they at least know what my intent was. Now, whether they like it or not, I can't control that. And we all want people to like our work. But I think it's more important that every artist should know that people understanding your work is important. Because just simply doing the work for the sake of it, it's after a while that can, cause you to lose yourself as an artist and lose your inspiration for art. It's easy to lose interest in it. Oh, absolutely. I wish I had learned to stay a freelance contract artist. That's where the industry has gone today for the most part. And I would have been more grounded in that type of pace. Let's see. I'll answer both. I wish I could have, as a movie, I wish I could have worked on any of the Avatar films. And a game, I would have loved to have worked on Witcher 3 or The Witcher 4, the next Witcher film coming out. That's probably my favorite game of all time is The Witcher 3. I see myself writing books and illustrating them. I've already written my first book that, I've illustrated over the course of my life. So it's called Visual Atrium, The Art of Eddie Smith. And it's a visual anthology as well as an autobiography of my time as an artist from childhood all the way up through my industry career. And I'm really happy that I completed it. And it inspired me to, work on my next book, write a novel and illustrate that novel. Children's books. I have stories that, appeal to all ages and have themes that I want to explore visually and narratively. So that's going to be my next goal.